What's up, boss? You believe that? Hold on. Do you believe that?
What is going on, Buff Nation? Y'all be sure to check in, hit that like, consider subscribing if you like my style. But man, guys, this is vindicating. I know I've been wanting to get into this over the last couple days when I saw this thing going on. But man. Hey, let me know in the chat if you defended this young man. Let me know if you weren't one coming in here after him being on campus for just 1 month saying, man, this guy's going to transfer out. This guy's damaged goods. We need to get him out of the program. He's not built for this. He's not ready for this. He's not taking this whole thing seriously. Anything like that. You were already doubting this man. You're holding him to way higher of expectations than you ever held yourself to at 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole thing was just ridiculous. And I love to see that he's leveling up. He's leveling up. So that's why I got the celebration music on. Again, if you need some music, go hit up my friend Josh Bonnett. Links in the description. His stuff's all over the place. It's all over the place. But hey, we're going to dive in to Cormani McClain, what's making headlines this week, and also remind us, what was his scouting report coming in here? Because he wasn't coming in here as Travis Hunter. Why is this so hard for people to understand? Am I right? Cormani is Cormani. So, hey, let's get into it. Legend, what's going on? Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. K Vizzy, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I love CC. I've always had Cormani's back, and you've always had my back too. I appreciate that. K Vizzy, you're absolutely right. That was stupid. People just want people to transfer after they mess up. All this stuff, guys. Imagine this. Well, let me just go ahead and share my screen, right? And then we can start talking about it, okay? But hey, I mean, Coach Rispress putting this out there today. I'll zoom in a little bit. Cormani named Colorado Football Student of the Week. Keep being great on purpose. Oh man, I absolutely love it. So it sounds like he's getting to class on time, right? The in-person ones that he's got, he's getting his work in on time. And you know, if he's showing up to class, he's sitting in the front, sitting in towards the front, just like Coach Prime and the program expects. And then, man, you see him putting time in the weight room. Good Lord. I posted that GIF or that GIF in replying to somebody who posted this. Shout out to Polkway, by the way. It was that Jason Bourne GIF where it's like, Jesus Christ, is that Jason Bourne? Absolutely, man. Cormani's looking freaking ripped. I mean, how many pounds of muscle do you think he's added? 10, 20? This guy's taking things seriously. And please, let this be a lesson to all of us that, hey, it takes time. It takes time to level up. And the fact that, hey, it looks like things are clicking for him 6 months after getting here, that is an expedited path. That is an expedited progression, guys. Let's not forget that. But man, it was so annoying this past year to see all the people just wanting to hate on this young man because he had just gotten here and they expect him to just be Travis. Guys, there's only one Travis Hunter, okay? Cormani's going to be Cormani. He's going to be his own player. But man, to see him turning the corner, not only in the weight room, but man, student of the week. He's getting things together. And guys, this takes a while for things, for you to get used to things. That's why I love the fact that we're getting guys like Jordan Seaton in here or Eric Brantley in here, Michael Welsh, all these guys here early so that they can get adjusted to all that. But hey, if you have to come in here in August, sometimes that's a lot to take on. New college life, being away from home for the first time, increased standards in terms of what you're doing academically. And then, in addition to that, all the pressures of what really is the priority, which is football. I mean, they're never going to say that, but I mean, I'm going to say it. Obviously, your number one job is the It is football, and then you're getting the NIL money. You're having to deal with finances, for the first time, making sure that you're investing, putting stuff away for retirement, and all that. You're a businessman, you're an athlete, you're a student, and hey, you're still 18 years old, right? So, Cormani, props to you, man. Props to you on making the haters eat all their crow. I love to see this. And that's why I've said I'm expecting you to be cornerback too, right there with Travis Hunter. But that doesn't mean there's not going to be competition. We still got Omari and Cooper right there that's going to be pushing him. And we got DJ McKinney, who's another really good, has great size. Oklahoma State starter coming in here. That's going to push it. That's going to push him, no doubt. But it is my expectation that we're going to see Cormani take another leap in between his freshman and sophomore year. Oh, man, I love it. I love it. And it's these types of things that just make me so happy. That just make me so happy. I love CC. I'm absolutely proud of him. Me too. Me too. He looks buffed. Buffed. Maybe I changed the title. Maybe I changed the title of this, Shirley. Buffed. He's buffed up, man. Absolutely. He's taking this thing seriously. Things are starting to click. And imagine that. Imagine that discipline and coaching. It takes some patience and it takes some time for all that to be implemented, right? Change and discipline normally doesn't result in massive change overnight. Imagine, showing some patience to a young person, to a young man. Change and growth is not always linear, people. It's not in your life and it's not in my life. And, these athletes, these players, these people aren't an exception to that. Absolutely love to see this. And I also wanted to read the prospect profile from 24/7 that Andrew Ivins had on Cormani, because again, that reminds us of, hey, this wasn't a perfect player coming in here, but again, the potential is sky high with Cormani, and it's looking like he's another step closer to realizing that potential right now, which is big win, a big win. A new age cornerback prospect that has the chance to be a difference maker at football's highest levels, given his rare blend of size, length, and speed. Started prep career off playing primarily wide receiver before being thrust into action on the defensive side of the ball. Excelled right away as a perimeter defender against top Sunshine State competition, picking off 9 passes as a sophomore and 10 more as a junior. Still very raw from a technical standpoint, but is athletic enough to carry and cover most vertical routes. Leggy transitions aren't exactly ideal, but has a knack for putting himself in position to make a play at the catch point and can quickly close gaps with elite burst. Has experience working in both man and off coverage, not one to shy away from contact, and is a rather spirited as an open field tackler, but must improve in the boxing ring, which we've talked about, if he's going to settle in as a true bump and run corner on Saturdays. Tested off the charts as an underclassman, posting a 4.5 in the 40-yard dash to go along with a 128 inch vertical broad jump and a 4.3 in the short shuttle. Will need to eventually add mass to a slender frame and continue to refine footwork and technique once enrolled at the school of his choice, but has one of the highest ceilings in the entire class of 2023, given how he moves and covers for someone that's pushing 6'2". And now he's like 6'3", right? Must learn how to block out mistakes and find some inner confidence once adversity hits, but has the physical makeup of a potential impact player for a college football playoff contender and a possible early round NFL draft selection if he can keep progressing. Could experience some initial growing pains, but freakish traits are worth molding for the long haul. Guys, this whole thing is spot on. We've talked about, hey, how he needs to improve his hands. He needs to improve in the boxing ring. If he's going to truly develop as that corner that we hope he can, he needs to add muscle mass, which he's doing right now. He needs to find inner confidence once adversity hits. He's been working through that this year, as a true freshman. Could experience some initial growing pains, but freakish traits are worth molding for the long haul. Guys, this whole thing is just spot on. This is just spot on. And let's not lose perspective when we're bringing in guys of this sort of talent that are coming from, from all the way from Florida. I mean, this is a big transition to come out here to play, guys. It really is. Yeah, this whole thing is spot on. And with this scouting report, we're already seeing Cormani take steps when it comes to this. So again, props to you, Cormani McClain. Continue to put in the work on the field, off the field, in the weight room. And hey, to put on that muscle, you got to be disciplined with what you're eating too. So continue to refine that diet. Absolutely love it. So I'll get to some of your comments here for a few minutes, and then I'll get out of here and back to work. But man, this is one of my favorite things about doing this channel, is that we're able to see these guys really grow and come into their own. We're able to see them persevere through the low moments and then come out better, to see them have success after going through trials, going through tribulations. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I really enjoy about sports, and specifically about college football, because there is so much potential to mold. All righty. Paris, good to see you. Hope you're having a great day. The kid is 18 years alone. Leave the kid alone. Absolutely. Absolutely. We just need to show some patience. On deck, good to see you. Cormani is one of my faves. That's what Her Moments is saying. Yes, I'm a stick beside him. No doubt. Cormani is a fan favorite. Everybody's rooting for the kid. Cormani looks bigger. He's taking this thing seriously. And hey, I think we're going to see a jump. We're going to see a jump. But my hope is, hey, by that time junior year rolls around from him, he's up there as being talked about as a first-round pick. That's my hope. Yeah, for God's sakes, people didn't realize he was just a freshman last year, coming out of high school. Exactly. No, you're putting words into my mouth. You're putting words into my mouth. Wait, so you love Cormani, but I don't hate Jimmy Horn. I want to see Jimmy Horn succeed. Absolutely. But hey, we brought in a lot of good wide receiver competition, and he needs to solve those drops. Just like with Cormani, hey, I think he has great potential, but we also brought in guys to push him that could potentially start over him if he doesn't make the leaps that the staff would like to see made. And that's okay. I think LeJontay Wester is a stud. And I like to see Jimmy Horn carrying around that ball, on those videos, off the field and all that, because I think he's going to be pushed as well. He needs to fix his focus issues, no doubt. But by no means am I a hater of Jimmy. I want Jimmy to succeed. Now, can I make jokes about some of our players? Absolutely. But never take any of that too seriously. Big Worm, appreciate the support, man. Always good to see you. And man, I love that. Where did you find that? Because that's from the movie Friday, right? Because Big Worm, right? Where'd you find that? That's a nice little reminds me of like a fat head, that you'd throw up on your wall. Anyways, love it. Exactly, Betty Banks. I appreciate you having my back, like we all got Cormani's back. I never ate Jimmy Horn. There's only one guy that I had serious issues with on this team, and that's just the one person that went on Instagram Live complaining about not having playing time after only having a 50% catch rate. That's it. That's it. Old school, what's going on, man? Hope you guys are having a great old school. What do you think? What do you think about? I mean, what we've seen with Cormani, man. I'll go ahead and share my screen again. But student of the week this past week, and I mean, putting on a ton of muscle. Are you not pumped up? I mean, you've always believed in this young man. You stuck by his side. You weren't one to say, hey, man, he's damaged goods or he doesn't have the right attitude or Coach Prime and the football staff, they're not going to get this guy, to the next level or anything like that. Student of the week, Devin Rispress saying it. And I mean, just look at that. I saw another side by side with him and Travis, and I think he might be bigger than Travis now. Like, what do y'all think? I think he definitely might be bigger than Travis. So we need that size, man. We need that size, especially going into the Big 12. We need to be one of those teams that bullies the rest of our opponents instead of getting bullied like we did in a handful of games this past year, right? That 4-8 stuff, right? They've been talking about that on Well Off. We can't have 4-8 energy. I mean, you guys crack me up. Dennis saying, I've talked to Cormani a few times. Very nice kid. Yes, he seems like he might be like a little shy at first. He's probably one of those guys that, opens up to people that he knows really well. And I think he's a really great kid. And I really do want to see him succeed. And that's why I get so pumped seeing him recognized in this way, because people sure wanted to, kick the young man while he was down, having struggles. Yes, like that happens. As a true freshman, you're going to experience adversity on and off the field. There were times where, hey, he got taken advantage of and targeted while he was on the field. But there was also moments that he flashed and you could really see his potential once he starts to put it all together, what he can bring to the table. And I think we're going to see more and more of that this year. Old school. I think he's got a target. I think he's on target to start this year. I would agree with that as well. Old school. And what I like is that we're continuing to bring in better and better competition every single year now. I mean, we got 2 years to go by in the recruiting period, and so we'll continue to level up our talent level, right? But in doing so, that's going to push guys that we already have to reach higher heights that they haven't reached before. And I think Cormani, it definitely looks like he is stepping up to the challenge. He's getting the message. He is taking the coaching and taking the discipline. And hey, if you can do that here with a microscope on you, like there is at Colorado, where everybody is on the internet is just watching your every move and criticizing you, or pointing out everything in your game that needs to change and whatnot, including me, random guys on the internet. Okay. If you can get through that and handle all that at the college level, and then, truly work on your game to, be a fantastic cornerback at the college level, you're going to succeed at the NFL level. You're already used to all the pressures and spotlights and stressors. Hey, Dizza, I will say this, and I have not backed down on this. I've said this. I've been very consistent with this, is that Jimmy Horn was our most clutch player last year. If outside of Travis and Shador, Jimmy made huge plays for us in some of the biggest moments that we needed. Again, it's just solving his focus issues. We need him to be just as clutch in the, in the non-clutch moments as he is in the clutch moments. Jimmy had a good year. He had a good year. I think he led us in touchdowns, correct? But I can point out some things that I'd like to see change with the player and not be labeled a hater. But at the end of the day, I feel like sometimes, and I can be the same way, y'all are really only going to hear what you want to hear. Right? Right. And I'm the same way, depending on who I'm listening to. So, let's see here. Boom shakalaka. Do you see the Justin Mayer stat? Over 2,000 college snaps and is not allowed a sack. That's very impressive. Of course, coming up, to another level. But I think that I think he should be ready for the challenge. I mean, that's my hope. There's been some discussion around what does this offensive line look like? Are they going to be better? Well, I mean, they can't be any worse, right? And I think we got overall better players than we do, uh, from this past year. But how much growth are we going to see? How much productivity are we going to see in the offensive line? I don't know. My hope is that, hey, can we get to average ranking within all of college football? If we can get to that, I mean, Shador's going to have time to throw. The running game is going to be effective. I'm still not expecting us to run it 40% of the time. I just want to be clear with that. But when we do run it, we will be more effective because, hey, we're actually run blocking effectively, right? So I think we'll see a massive improvement with the run game, even if we don't see that run to pass ratio jump too much. I think overall this offense is going to look much, much better than it did prior. All right, y'all. I know old school's pick always me. Some of y'all's like profile pictures always crack me up. But again, Big Worm, really appreciate the $2 super chat. Appreciate the love. It's always great getting to hear you guys and interact with y'all. But man, just again, a wonderful, wonderful piece of news. I know I'm a little bit late on it, but I really wanted to make sure that I came on here to point this out because news changes so often. There's always a new piece to talk about, and sometimes we can lose sight of things. We can lose perspective on, where these guys have been and where they're going. So, hey, now we got to see some progress on the field. Can't wait to see how Cormani improves his technique and his, like they said on the scouting report, his boxing, using his hands to get off blocks, to jam up wide receivers. That's kind of what we need to see from him if he's going to continue to, be on that trajectory towards, an NFL starter one day at some point. And of course, a consistent starter here at CU. So thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all the love. Again, quick shout outs to everybody in the chat. Isis, Paris, Dizza, Boom Shakalaka, Old School, Her Moments, Big Worm, Dennis, I Love CC. Who else we got? K Vizzy, everybody. Ellen V, Lions and Truth. Oh, let me read this one. Shirley Campbell, too. Cormani is in serious shape. Create player size and speed. The young man will be one of the best in the nation. Will have a chance to be a generational talent. Hey, you summarized what Mr. Ivan said on 24/7 in about a third of the sentences. So On Deck Gaming, appreciate you. Legend, thank you guys so much for tuning in. DNVR has an interview with somebody here at 1:30. Is it Justin Mayers? Is it? No, I think it's Yakiri Walker, a guy that's coming in here competing for the starting center position, transfer from UConn. Please be sure to check that out. I got another video coming out later this afternoon. And then I'm hoping that I can hop back on another live stream here later today. Is today the day we finally get the DC news? Man, I sure hope so. So y'all be sure to remember, hit that like. Let me know in the comments what you think on the replay. And guys, again, appreciate every day. Appreciate that we can have fun with this and enjoy this. So I'll see you guys later. Go Buffs.